We know Philadelphia will still be without Joel Embiid. He didn't even travel with the team to Miami. And Doc Rivers decided to start DeAndre Jordan in his place last night. And it didn't go so well. And I love DeAndre Jordan, but the 76ers, they were outscored by 22 points when he was on the floor for 17 minutes. And Doc, he was a little bit defensive. He took to the mic after the game in an effort to justify his decision. Take a listen.
We talked to our guys. They wanted a big guy, a big roller. I thought in the second half, that's how he has to play every night. Those first 4 or 5 minutes were great from him. That's what we need. We love Paul, but we don't need Paul in foul trouble. And that's why you don't want to start him. So we like DJ. We're going to keep starting him, whether you like it or not. That's what we're going to do because our guys believe in him.
All right, whether you really like it or not, adamant that the Sixers will roll with DeAndre Jordan in the starting lineup despite his struggles in Game 1. And, JJ, you have a relationship with Doc and with DJ, so is this the right move for Philly moving forward?
No, the right move is to make some adjustments. And I love DeAndre just like everyone else. He's a great human being and was one of the best teammates I had. But I think the 76ers should adjust. They had some success in Game 1 with Paul Reed on the court. I would even double down further and go small and play a non-traditional 5. There was a stretch there in the second quarter where Tobias Harris went into attack mode, getting buckets off the bounce. What James needs, what Tobias needs, what Maxey needs, they need space. And I would spread this bigger pack-the-paint team in the Miami Heat. I would spread them out and attack off the dribble. And then defensively, look, they were at 0.65 points per possession against the zone, 23 possessions last night. It was double that against man-to-man. They had a lot of success in the zone. I would use the zone. Miami's offense is based around ball movement, player movement, and the zone completely disrupts that.
Now, why are they playing DeAndre? Now, let's explain why they're playing DeAndre. Because James Harden doesn't have the burst that he normally needs. So you have a big, and that allows for a pick and roll. Now he's a little bit more like he's a lob threat to the rim, even though DeAndre is not the DeAndre of old. But that's part of the reason why DeAndre is getting those minutes. If you can run a pick and roll with James Harden, because he doesn't have that one-on-one burst. And yes, JJ, you talked about it. James Harden needs space. But we've seen even in space, he's not able to get by that first line of defense. Go ahead, JJ. I can see your lips quivering to get something out.
No, I wanted to say something. So the idea of sort of James being able to operate in a pick and roll without a lot of shooting around him, I don't think that makes as much sense. James Harden can't make 2-pointers right now. So, yeah, he's struggling from 3. He's been even worse from 2. So him getting downhill in a pick and roll against, again, a loaded defense in the Miami Heat that uses low man to take the roller, I just don't think that's the strategy, RJ. And we can disagree on this. I'm totally fine with it.
No.
I just like the other strategy better.
We're not disagreeing. We're saying I'm agreeing with you. I'm just saying why they are playing DeAndre, because they are trying to get some sort of advantage because James is struggling to make 2s, he's struggling to hit 3s, and he's struggling to beat his one-on-one defender. And so your thought like, well, let's put him in a pick and roll with a big, maybe that can open up things and hit some triggers. It's not doing that. It's not having that effect. So Philly, as much as we're looking for some changes, some adjustments, there's not too many to be made other than your players and your team has to play better versus it being an actual strategy thing, because either one is going to be difficult.
Okay, how about this?
What?
Enough about the team that lost last night.
Thank
Let's go
God.
to the Heat. This team is somehow under the radar. They're the 1 seed in the East. They're steamrolling teams without Kyle Lowry, by the way, also out for Game 2. The team announced that. And Jimmy Butler hasn't played in stretches. What is the most impressive thing about Miami? And you can't say the beaches, starting with you, JJ. Mostly Richard.
The most impressive. Well, look, the most impressive thing about the Heat all season really has been the combination of their offensive defense. This is not a one-sided team. This is a well-balanced team. Historically, you need a top 10 defense to be considered a contender. The Heat have been that. They have a lot of movement. My concern with them, of course, is half-court offense. But they have shooting, they have defense, they have big wing defenders, they have a switchable 5, and they have shot creators in Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero. There's a lot to like about this team. And, it seems like we are on track for a Miami versus Heat or Bucks Celtics finals. Whoever wins that series,
Bucks.
The Heat have been really impressive in the playoffs.
Go ahead.
You're right there, kid?
Yeah.
No, no, the thing that I find most impressive is that they do it with balance. We know their team defense. We know that they're a bunch of dogs. We understand that they're aggressive, that they play together. But on the offensive end, they had 5 guys in double figures. They had 5 guys that are out there moving the ball, sharing the ball. We know Tyler Hero is that shot maker. And they had 5 guys in double figures without Kyle Lowry. If he would have been playing, in my opinion, he would have been doing all the normal things. And I understand there is no Joel Embiid. I understand Philly is very, very different without that. But the fact that you are seeing an aggressive defense, one of the best in the league, with one of the best kind of ball movement offenses, and that's part of the reason why you said go to more zone, because it interrupts their offense, because everyone is eating. And if everyone is eating, it's hard to figure out where do we stop, who do we shut down, because there is no answer to that. It can be Bam, it can be JJ, it could be Bam, it could be JJ,
it could be me,
it could be anybody at this
point.
point.
I'm a Heat lifer without ever having played there.
I forgot that you weren't playing for them. But they just have Tyler. They have so many different guys that can beat you. Duncan Robinson, we've seen the impact that he can have. So it just becomes very difficult to figure out who to shut down.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.